Ever catch yourself reminiscing about the good old days and wondering if the younger generation has any idea about the treasures we experienced as baby boomers? If you're a baby boomer, get ready for a nostalgic trip down memory lane. And if you're not, stick around. You're in for a fascinating journey back in time. Number 1, drive-in movies. Imagine this: a warm summer night, a starry sky, and a glowing screen towering over a sea of parked cars. Back in the 1950s and 60s, drive-in theaters weren't just a way to watch movies. They were the ultimate entertainment hotspot. Young couples flocked to these outdoor cinemas, creating a unique blend of romance and excitement. Families and friends transformed their cars into cozy dens, snuggling under blankets while enjoying the show. Each car came with its own small speaker clipped to the window, delivering crisp audio for an immersive experience. It wasn't just about the film, it was a magical, communal event. Rows of cars glistened under the moonlight as laughter and cheers echoed through the night. For many, it was the perfect spot for unforgettable dates and cherished memories. Fast forward to today, and drive-in theaters are a rare treasure, leaving behind only whispers of a time when watching a movie was truly an adventure. Number 2, soda fountains. Step back in time to the golden era of soda fountains, where every visit was a vibrant mix of joy, indulgence, and community spirit. These weren't just places to grab a fizzy drink or a creamy milkshake. They were social hubs buzzing with life. Picture it: the sound of clinking glasses, the aroma of freshly whipped cream, and friends laughing as they shared a malt or a sundae. Soda fountains were the heartbeat of their communities, where locals gathered to chat, share the latest news, and revel in sweet treats. Baby boomers remember these places as spots where friendships blossomed, romances sparked, and memories were made. It wasn't just dessert, it was a delicious slice of life. Today, the nostalgia for those lively counters lives on, a reminder of simpler times, filled with fizzy delights and good company. Number 3, rotary dial phones. Oh, the unmistakable click and whirl of a rotary dial phone. Back in the day, making a call was a tactile experience that required patience and precision, but it had a charm that today's sleek smartphones can't replicate. These sturdy devices, often crafted from metal or heavy-duty plastic, were the backbone of communication. Families huddled around them, waiting for important calls, while lovesick couples relied on them to stay connected across long distances. There was no caller ID, no voicemail, just the thrill and anxiety of waiting to hear a voice on the other end of the line. To make a call, you'd rotate the dial to each number, one at a time, savoring the suspense with every spin. It was an art form in itself, and though it's been replaced by modern technology, the memory of those reliable machines still rings loud and clear. Number 4, print encyclopedias. Before the internet turned knowledge into an instant commodity, students and curious minds alike relied on the grand and majestic print encyclopedia. These multi-volume treasures were more than just books. They were gateways to the world's wonders. If you needed to know the capital of South Carolina, it's Columbia. Or who served as Woodrow Wilson's vice president, hello Thomas R. Marshall, you'd dive into these hefty tomes. Many households proudly displayed their encyclopedias on sturdy shelves, a testament to their commitment to education and curiosity. Sold door to door by eager salespeople, these books became a staple in boomer homes. But as technology advanced, the era of print encyclopedias quietly faded, making way for the convenience of digital search engines. Yet their legacy lives on, reminding us of a time when learning required effort and a little bit of heavy lifting. Number 5, milk delivery. Let's talk about the milkman, a true hero of the past. Back in the 1950s, milk wasn't just a grocery item. It was a daily ritual delivered straight to your doorstep. Milkmen and women were like clockwork, ensuring families had fresh milk, cream, and more to pour over their cereal. or enjoy with a PB&J. These deliveries weren't just convenient, they were personal. Milkmen greeted families with a smile, collected empty glass bottles, and left behind full ones, ensuring nothing went to waste. They were pioneers of recycling long before it became trendy. But as refrigerators improved and grocery stores expanded, the milkmen's roots began to shrink. Families opted for plastic containers and weekly supermarket runs, leaving the clinking of glass bottles a nostalgic memory. By the 1960s, the milkman had all but disappeared, taking with him a charming slice of everyday life. Number 6. Using a traveler's check. Imagine gearing up for an adventure in the 1960s or 70s. Before hopping on a plane or hitting the road, there was an essential ritual: picking up a batch of traveler's checks. These little paper marvels weren't just convenient. They were a lifeline for globe-trotting boomers. Signed once at the bank and again during purchases, traveler's checks offered security that cash couldn't match. Lose one? No problem. It could be easily replaced. They were a symbol of trust and safety in an era when international travel was growing rapidly. Fast forward to today, and these once iconic checks have been replaced by credit cards, debit cards, and ATMs. The ease of modern travel spending has made them nearly obsolete, but their legacy lives on as a nostalgic nod to the golden age of travel preparation. Number 7. Talking to an operator. Once upon a time, making a phone call meant more than just dialing a number. It required the human touch of a telephone operator. These skilled intermediaries sat at switchboards, manually connecting callers by plugging in cords. It was a revolutionary service that made the telephone a household staple. The concept took root in 1878, thanks to George W. Coy, who built the first telephone exchange inspired by Alexander Graham Bell's invention. Operators, often women, became the voices of the telephone system, routing calls for businesses, hotels, and families alike. For baby boomers, the operator was more than a voice. They were a trusted guide, ready to help locate numbers or connect loved ones. Though modern technology has phased out this once vital role, the memory of those friendly voices remains etched in history. Number 8. Watching the first moon landing. July 20th, 1969. The world held its breath as Neil Armstrong descended the lunar module ladder, delivering the words that would echo through history. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It was more than a moment, it was the moment. For baby boomers, witnessing the Apollo 11 moon landing live on television was a defining experience. Families crowded around black and white screens, captivated by the grainy footage of humans walking on the moon for the first time. It wasn't just an achievement for NASA. It was a collective triumph that united the world in awe and wonder. While later generations can only relive it through documentaries or movies, nothing compares to the thrill of watching history unfold in real time. Number 9. Beatlemania. Picture this, February 9th, 1964. The Beatles step onto the Ed Sullivan Show stage, and in an instant, music history is rewritten. John, Paul, George, and Ringo weren't just musicians. They were a force of nature, and their arrival sparked a cultural frenzy known as Beatlemania. Teenagers screamed, fainted, and filled the airwaves with sheer excitement as the band played their hearts out. From their mop-top haircuts to their iconic harmonies, the Beatles became a symbol of youthful rebellion and artistic innovation. For baby boomers, this wasn't just a concert. It was a seismic cultural shift that influenced fashion, attitudes, and even politics. Decades later, the echoes of Beatlemania still reverberate, proving that these four lads from Liverpool were truly timeless. Number 10. Postcards. Before instant messaging and social media, there was the humble postcard, a small but mighty connector of hearts and miles. Baby boomers. Remember the thrill of checking the mailbox, hoping to find a colorful card from a friend or loved one far away. Each postcard was a story, a snapshot of travels or a heartfelt hello. They were more than just mail. They were keepsakes, each one adorned with personal notes and vibrant imagery. Sending a postcard wasn't just communication, it was an art form, a token of thoughtfulness that bridged distances with a single stamp. Though postcards have largely been replaced by digital updates, their charm endures, reminding us of a time when connections were tangible, personal, and filled with anticipation. Number 11, watching I Love Lucy. Step into the living room of a baby boomer family in the 1950s, and chances are the TV would be tuned to I Love Lucy. This wasn't just a show, it was a nationwide obsession. Debuting in 1951, I Love Lucy brought laughter and light into millions of homes. Lucy Ricardo's comedic chaos, Ricky's exasperated charisma, and the dynamic supporting cast made every episode a hit. For 4 out of its 6 seasons, it was the most watched show in the country, cementing its place in television history. The magic of Lucy's antics wasn't just in the laughs, it was in the way the show captured the spirit of an optimistic post-war America. Even today, reruns keep the legacy alive, reminding us of a time when television was a unifying force in households across the nation. Number 12, vinyl records. In an age when streaming dominates music consumption, vinyl records are enjoying a nostalgic resurgence. But for baby boomers, vinyl wasn't just a collector's item. It was the epitome of modern high-tech music. Back then, owning a record collection was a rite of passage. While today's listeners fret over internet outages and streaming subscriptions, boomers dealt with worn-out needles and dusty grooves. Yet they cherished the tactile experience, arguing that vinyl's warm pops and crackles added a richness unmatched by digital formats. Spinning a record wasn't just about the music, it was an event. Dropping the needle and letting the melodies flow remains a vivid memory for those who lived in vinyl's heyday. Number 13, ham radios. Before social media bridged continents, ham radios were the original tool for global communication adventures. Enthusiasts, or hams, explored the airwaves, connecting with strangers from around the world in a way that felt both intimate and thrilling. In the early days, the radio spectrum was a chaotic space shared by amateurs, commercial broadcasters, and government stations. Amateurs used spark gap transmitters and Morse code to send messages across vast distances, creating a vibrant and unpredictable radio landscape. Despite government regulations and wartime bans, ham radio activity thrived, peaking in the mid-20th century with hundreds of thousands of licensed operators. Though its popularity has waned, the nostalgia of calling out to the unknown, waiting for a reply, and sharing a fleeting connection over the airwaves remains irreplaceable. So number 14, 5 and dime stores. Before the age of big box retailers and online shopping, there were 5 and dime stores, quaint variety shops that offered everything from penny candy to household essentials. Stores like Woolworths and Ben Franklin weren't just about shopping. They were community hubs where neighbors met, children marveled at small treasures, and families stocked up on affordable goods. These stores were ubiquitous, a cherished fixture on every main street. Their decline began in the late 20th century, with Woolworths closing its doors in 1997, marking the end of an era. Yet the memories of strolling the aisles, clutching a handful of coins, and finding simple joys linger fondly in the hearts of those who lived it. Number 15, skate keys. Got a brand new key? For baby boomers, this wasn't a metaphorical question, it was literal. The skate key was an essential tool for anyone strapping on old-school roller skates. Unlike modern inline skates, these classic models featured a wooden or metal base and leather straps that attached to your regular shoes. The skate key adjusted the base, ensuring a snug fit for a smooth ride. Skaters often wore their keys on a string around their necks, ready to tweak their gear at a moment's notice. Roller skating in the 1950s and 60s wasn't just a pastime, it was a cultural phenomenon. Whether on sidewalks or in roller rinks, skating brought communities together, and the humble skate key was at the heart of the experience. Number 16. Green stamps. Before loyalty apps and rewards programs, there were green stamps, a system that turned everyday shopping into a treasure hunt for prizes. Baby boomers fondly remember collecting these stamps at supermarkets and gas stations, carefully pasting them into books while dreaming of the rewards they'd soon redeem. Filling up a book was an achievement, and the possibilities felt endless: furniture, appliances, even televisions. Green stamps weren't just about savings. They were about the anticipation and joy of earning something tangible through everyday purchases. Though the era of green stamps has passed, the memory of flipping through redemption catalogs and picking out a prized reward remains a nostalgic highlight for many boomers. Number 17. The first home computers. The dawn of personal computing was a thrilling frontier for baby boomers. The introduction of marvels like the Commodore 64 and Apple II marked the beginning of a digital revolution that transformed homes forever. In 1977, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, a pair of visionary boomers, unveiled the Apple II, the first commercially successful personal computer. With features like color graphics and sound, it wasn't just a machine, it was a glimpse into the future. For boomers, these early computers symbolized limitless possibilities. Whether coding in BASIC, playing simple games, or typing school reports, these devices became indispensable tools and cherished symbols of progress. Number 18. Sunday morning cartoons. Sunday mornings for baby boomers were magical, filled with animated adventures that created memories lasting a lifetime. Shows like Davy and Goliath offered heartfelt lessons, while Gumby and Wonderama brought whimsy and joy. For many, Sunday morning cartoons were a sacred ritual, providing entertainment before church or quiet family time. The simplicity of those mornings, pajamas, a bowl of cereal, and a glowing TV screen captures a nostalgic slice of childhood that many still treasure in the age of on-demand streaming. If you like this video, feel free to give a huge thumbs up and comment down below your favorite memory from past. And if you want more videos like this, subscribe to this channel.